Based off of the sheer amount of people that have requested this song, no intro. Lyrics are pulled up just in case we need them. Let's go ahead and just jump into this immediately, guys. Come from J. Cole or Antonio. One second, guys. What is that? That sounds familiar, guys. Hold on. Know that you're loved, coming from the artist. I think her name is Cleopatra, maybe. She comes from the UK. My wife loves her. Oh, what's her name? Cleo Soul. Cleo Soul. I think so, at least. But we're gonna verify. Let's actually speed it up. That's it. And it's pitched up also. It's also pitched up. Okay. Dead Prez. Jay-Z. Also, Respect the Game, Meek Mills. I think the original sample comes from like the 80s, though. It's like A Garden of Peace by, Lonnie Liston Smith. Early 80s. Iconic, super iconic hip-hop sample. And as a matter of fact, while we're here, let's go ahead and verify that, because I don't want to sit here and spread misinformation. The pitch was changed. I think it was also slowed down. This is it right here. This block. Oh yeah, that's it. All right, let's get it, guys.
Young Jermaine walked the straight and narrow. Minimum wage jobs for the narrow. But still my mind was on the zeros. I fiend for the perks that was seen flipping birds. So I
think that's everyone's experience. I mean, he's trying to basically come down to reality and say that, listen, he's as real as everyone else is. Everyone definitely remembers, for the most part, their minimum wage grind. When they first started working, yeah, everyone remembers that. Everyone.
Narrow, but still my mind was on the zeros. I fiend for the perks that was seen flipping birds. So we was skipping church, but my eyes was on the sparrows. Niggas flipping pies,
flipping birds.
Sparrows. We was skipping church, but my eyes was on the sparrows. Niggas flipping pies, spending thousands on a payroll. Shit, I wanna shine too. I want dimes too. Jealous niggas wanna know just how my rhymes blew. Mono y mono, I'm Bono, I'm you times two.
Mono a mono, I'm Bono, I'm you times two. You two, Bono. All right, listen, I mean, he's speaking the truths, guys, right? I mean, the people that you grow up with, unfortunately, sometimes you outpace them, right? Then they start to wonder, like, why exactly was it you that succeeded, not them, right? Of course, as you were on that minimum wage grind, you were looking up and being like, why does everyone have all of these things? And I think it's a juxtaposition here, guys. I mean, you need to, unfortunately, look above you, right? So you know what you should have, at least, right? Or would like to have as your, I guess, make you work harder for the most part, right? I think that's what it is here, guys, right? I'm trying to just quantify this and make it make sense, at least, in my head here. But you have to look up, because if you don't, you will always stay where you are, right? It's kind of like one of the situations where you want to make sure that the people that are always around you are moving forward. You want to cut off the people who are dragging you down like anchors, right? Type of thing. The ones who are jealous of him now, hopefully, are no longer in his life.
On a payroll, shit, I wanna shine too. I want dimes too. Jealous niggas wanna know just how my rhymes blew. Mono y mono, I'm Bono, I'm you times two. Now I'm bougie, I done outgrew the fountain blue, but never forgot the spot where I developed my plot. To dwell at the top, the veil where all my skeletons locked.
Right, never forget where you come from. Don't go back, right? Specifically if it's an area that is terrible, right? Don't go back, but just never forget where you came from. That's your base. You know what I'm saying here?
Got the spot where I developed my plot. To dwell at the top, the veil where all my skeletons locked. If I could do it all over, then I never would swap. I seen good, I seen bad, had my melanin mocked. I seen lifelong friends turn to devilish ops. I was Mike in red leather trying to tell him to stop. You better beat it before you see that heavy metal get popped. He was a mean.
Oh, that's dense, bro. Hold on.
If I could do it all over, then I never would swap. I seen good, I seen bad, had my melanin mocked.
I can imagine, right? Like that battle. I mean, I don't know if he's specifically referring to the battle or anything, guys, right? But when did this come out? He may be talking about that battle. Yeah, I mean, listen, a lot of people were talking craziness, right? I mean, you saw instantly how the colorism within the Black American community exists in ways that are crazy, right? Like, yeah, you were Black, kind of until, right, you went against someone who was much just darker skinned, and then what did all, for the most part of hip hop do? Went straight to the person who was the darkest. Right, and said they won. Keep this in mind here. Kendrick won. All right, it is what it is. Right, Kendrick won, but you can kind of instantly see how there was a lot of colorist issues that were going on here. Him and Drake are both biracial. I can imagine how that instantly was brought up in situations, and they were pretty much consistently, over the entirety of the battle, bro.
Do it all over, then I never would swap. I seen good, I seen bad, had my melanin mocked. I seen lifelong friends turn to devilish ops. I was Mike in red leather trying to tell him to stop. You better beat it before you see that heavy metal get popped. I was
Mike, king of pop, heavy metal, king wears a crown, heavy metal. It's a double entendre, gun bars, basically, guys. What else to say here? Better beat it. Of course, beat it.
It's a mean ass swing with a hell of a shot. But if no team draft king, he gon' bet on the block.
DraftKings bets. Okay, maybe this is referencing Drake because he's like has a gambling addiction.
With a hell of a shot, but if no team draft king, he gon' bet on the block. He wanna
also bet on the block. Like, listen, if I don't make it this way, I'm gonna go. Listen, I'm telling you, if I don't make it this way, the safe, simple way, I'm going to bet on the block. But if you bet on the block, you're basically going to lose in some manner because that's how RICO charges happen. All right, so be careful with that. You're going to lose. You're always going to lose. But either way.
Swing with a hell of a shot. But if no team draft king, he gon' bet on the block. He wanna ball till he fall until the Federals knock. And sit his ass on the bench for moving careless with rock. You can't relate unless your father was not around.
Careless with rock. It's another double entendre basketball.
And sit his ass on the bench for moving careless with rock. You can't relate unless your father was not around. And your mother went out and found someone else and then brought him round. And they salaries didn't combine. When they married and brought you out of that poverty, then you moved to a soft little part of town. So that when you back in the hood, you feel awkward about it now. Then your confidence start to drown, but the rapping gave you some positive thoughts, so you jot them down.
Oh my God. Bro, he slid through that.
Your salaries didn't combine. When they married and brought you out of that poverty, then you moved to a soft little part of town. So that when you back in the hood, you feel awkward about it now. Then your confidence start to drown, but the rapping gave you some positive thoughts, so you jot them down.
Hey, listen, we get it. We get it. Right? You may have been born in a place that was absolutely terrible, right? And then somehow your mother, right? She meets someone that has the ability to kind of take her and you out of that terrible situation that happened. You move to a softer side of town, and every time you look back to where you were actually raised, you're like, do I even fit in there anymore? That type of thing. Is that what you're talking about? I mean, I get it, right? I understand. This is something that dwells on him, but I don't think it's relevant, bro. Don't go back to the hood. I am a pretty staunch, believer of just not going back to any type of hood. What's there? Death. Okay? And sadness. Death and sadness. Okay? And both of these things are terrible for you. Right? But either way.
Confidence start to drown, but the rapping gave you some positive thoughts, so you jot them down. You jot them down. Ride to it, ride to it, ride to it, ride to it.
Why did he choose this obscure sample?
Ride to it, ride to it.
Written lyrics.
Y'all niggas ain't stopping me. Y'all niggas ain't stopping me.
That could be to a lot of people. Like, you understand, when he dropped out of this battle, a lot of people lost faith in his ability to do this, right? But we're in a weird time, okay? Very weird time. So for all of us who were kind of, hip hop heads for the last 30 years at least, right? You guys experienced the 90s. You remember that, right? There was no such thing as you backing down from a battle and still having any type of relevancy. All right, that's not a thing. Now it's a thing. It's interesting, right? I think hip hop, the whole culture has shifted in a way that it gives kind of leeway for this here. Like you could be called out and just ignore it. That's where we are in hip hop. That's the current state of hip hop. I don't know if I like hip hop like that anymore. I'm just gonna be honest, right? I mean, because it used to be something that was like, bro, strategic, competitive. Like it used to be a sport for the most part, right? It used to be like this thing. It's not that anymore. It's wrong, right? It's completely wrong. Pisses me off a little bit that hip hop has devolved, let's say, into this. Right? But all right, let's get it.
Y'all niggas ain't stopping me.
And it could be about us too, right?
Y'all niggas ain't stopping me. Y'all niggas ain't stopping me. Y'all niggas ain't stopping me. Yeah. Benjamin Button, cold flows, reverse time. To find deliveries good as mine, you gotta search primes. I'm scaling heights high and burn.
Delivery, Prime, Amazon Prime. All right.
Time.
Also Prime, as in like Prime Hip Hop. To find deliveries anywhere near mine, you have to search the like Hip Hop's Prime. All right. Yeah, I'll give you that. Like right now, J. Cole. I'm gonna be honest here. Okay, I would say your delivery throughout this entirety, like the entirety of the song, has probably been like moving between probably like a 9 and like a 7. There's been like a couple of off times in the song so far in terms of his delivery, right? But it didn't change the actual bars or what he was actually saying, which is how he chose to deliver certain lines, right? But I'll give you that. But I can't say that I've ever heard like Biggie drop like a whack sounding verse. Okay, super melodic, weirdly, like swing, right? You know what I'm saying here? Either way.
Yeah, Benjamin Button, cold flows, reverse time. To find deliveries good as mine, you gotta search primes. I'm scaling heights higher than birds can perch, trying to be something, hoping that peace comes to my cursed mind. One thing's for sure that I've matured from my first rhyme. I learned long ago you can't please them all and it hurts trying.
Okay, so what he's saying is that he didn't engage for some reason because of like mental health reasons. That's kind of what I'm getting here. That's what it sounds like to me, at least, right? Based off of these last bars.
And birds can perch, trying to be something, hoping that peace comes to my cursed mind. Right. One thing's for sure that I've matured from my first rhyme. I learned long ago you can't please them all and it hurts trying. In this game where all you've got is your name, like Dirk, I'm smirking at niggas trying to besmirch mine.
Lil Durk, smirk. Here.
Where all you've got is your name, like Dirk, I'm smirking at niggas trying to besmirch mine.
Okay.
Absurd times, where the fake get told it is wise. I can see hate in both of your eyes, but the third's blind. So you search lines, but you struggle, which explains the puzzled look on the dull faces the word finds. I hate when raps become...
Nah, bro, no dull faces. Okay, listen. Those of us who are absolute fanatics, we're not sitting here like, oh, wow, they're dropping crazy bars. I don't understand what's happening. We all... Okay, I'm trying to calm down here because it's calling us dull out here, bro. We understood the bars, okay? Some of them were more complex than others, but for the most part, we pretty much grasped the bars that were being dropped, right? Now, the thing is, I hear what you're saying, okay? This line here is crazy here, right? I hate to see both of your eyes, but the third's blind. The hate's in both of your eyes, but the third's blind is what it says here. Yeah, they hated each other. And he didn't want to involve himself because he was basically worried about how this would affect him mentally, right? That's it. That's the reality. He didn't want to do this because of that. But is that hip-hop? No. That isn't hip-hop. That's something else, right? And I think he's too good of a rapper to not, keep it as competitive as humanly possible. But it's all good. It is what it is. Right? I'm smirking at the homies trying to besearch mine, his name, obviously. I mean, I get it, bro. But you gotta respond. Because I heard some of his music and I'm just like, bro, you want all of the smoke, but you don't want the smoke. Did the suburbs do that to you? What's going on here? Right? That's the vibe I get. But, okay. I get it.
Wise, I can see hate in both of your eyes, but the third's blind. So you search lines, but you struggle, which explains the puzzled look on the dull faces the word finds. I hate when raps become, but like do not disturb signs. Can't knock it if I see it's about the door. They instigate the fuckery.
Do not disturb signs. I can't knock it. Like, he gets it. What he's saying is he fully understands what's happening. Like, listen, if it's about the concept of money, do your thing. I can't knock it. But I'm not going to involve myself in your shenanigans. That's basically what he's saying here.
Like, do not disturb signs. Can't knock it if I see it's about the door. They instigate the fuckery because it's profitable.
Yeah.
The singing stop the violence tunes with dudes in hospitals.
And that sounds directly directed towards Drake, right? Drake is the type of person that most likely had black squares on his Instagram a couple of years ago, bro. He feels like that, right? He talks a lot of gun bars and things like that, but in all actuality, what does he do here, guys? The first thing that happens, he's like, "Oh, stop the violence." Bro, you're talking about violence. That's it. That's what you're doing. You're talking about violence consistently. So make up your mind, okay? You can't say one thing in your songs and then go against it completely. It sounds like he's directing this directly towards Drake.
Fuckery because it's profitable. But singing stop the violence tunes with dudes in hospitals. I pulled the plug because I seen where that was about to go. They wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. They see this fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. I wouldn't have lost the battle.
Yeah, kinda. Fire in the you see the fire in the pen. They say I'm dodging smoke. And we said, "Oh my God, that's a nice one." Listen, he's dope. Okay, I think lyrically, J. Cole is definitely deserving to be at least in the top 2 currently right now. He's deserving, right? Drake, I don't like Drake at all. I don't like his music. I don't like how he moves. I don't like his energy. I don't like nothing, right? So, and that's just a reality. So, between Drake and Kendrick, which one would I prefer to listen to? I think I would prefer to listen to probably J. Cole over Kendrick. And I mean like easy listening, okay? But when it comes to like just, bro, Kendrick's a hard listen sometimes, guys. All right, that's just a reality, at least for me. But he is very, very good. I love Kendrick's music. But that's not something I'm going to listen to in the car, generally. Like, it needs to be something that's a little less, and it's not going to just make me have to break down every single bar I'm listening to. Sometimes I just want to listen to music. And I think J. Cole has the ability to probably produce more music that is more palatable to my ears almost consistently. But in the battle rap space, we all know now. We all know Kendrick Lamar should never be brought into a battle, ever. Okay, if you want to lose, do that. Okay. But either way,
I pulled the plug because I seen where that was about to go. They wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. They see this fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. I wouldn't have lost the battle, dog. I would have lost the bro. I would have gained a foe. And all for what? Just to attain some old props from strangers that don't got a clue what I've been aiming for since the age of 14.
Nah, you disrespected us now. Again, J. Cole, listen, you can't diss your fan base, okay? A lot of your fan base, based off of your music, is going to be extremely, most likely, interested in the actual art of hip hop. Okay, and we're going to expect you to respond to a battle. We're going to expect you to respond to a diss track. You chose not to. You cannot now insult us, okay, by saying that we don't care, type of thing. That's a wild one, bro. Hold on.
They wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. They see this fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. I wouldn't have lost the battle, dog. I would have lost the bro.
Okay, I would have lost the battle. I would have lost. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Like, you would have turned like your homie into like the opposition pretty quickly. All right, that's what it turned out to. I don't think Drake. As a matter of fact, hold on. Hip hop again is a little different. You can talk all types of craziness in the studio, but in person you need to, be normal. I'm sure Drake and Kendrick could be in the same room and actually be completely fine. Their fans, on the other hand, are probably not going to be completely fine with each other because they're going to just talk nonsense about the other fan base, kind of in the face, right? Similar to how the left wing and the right wing work in the United States of America. They all, create these things. Everyone gets into certain camps. The camps hate each other, but the people that are leading that are basically eating lobster and steak together at a dinner table, completely laughing with their family, bro. Right? It's you get what I'm saying here? But I think that J. Cole would have taken it so personal based off of how, like, a lot of his music is, like, introspective. Like, he's literally just looking at himself. A lot of the times, his music is a really good depiction of that. Generally, like who he is as an individual. So I do think that this would have probably messed with him more than anyone else, any of the other three, right? Because I think the other ones just have the ability to just kind of take it on their chin and just move on and just write some fire lines. But I think he would have taken it differently. And I guess in that context, it makes all the sense in the world that he did step out. But again, for the sake of hip hop, it's troubling.
Gain the phone, and all for what? Just to attain some old props from strangers that don't got a clue what I've been aiming for since the age of 14. Jermaine is no king, if that means I gotta dig up dirt and pay the whole team of algorithm bot niggas just to sway the whole thing on social media, competing for your favorable memes to be.
Okay, that's obviously most likely about either Kendrick or Drake. Who knows? Who paid for the views? That's the question. But either way, life.
Jermaine is no king, if that means I gotta dig up dirt and pay the whole team of algorithm bot niggas just to sway the whole thing on social media.
Probably Drake.
For your favorable memes to be considered best to live and rest. The weight of both things. I understand the thirst of being first that made them both swing, protecting legacies. So lines got crossed, perhaps regrettably. My friends went to war, I walked away with all they blood on me. Now some will discredit me, try wipe away my pedigree, but please find a nigga.
Yeah, that's what. Bro, J. Cole, hip hop. Remember that song you made, Let Nas Down? Like, it tells me that you understand hip hop in a way that you basically wanted to embody, right? The art form known as hip hop, let's say. You wanted to embody it. You wanted to represent it in a way that was absolutely, spectacular. At the end of the song that Nas featured on with you, he basically says, he's passing you the crown, right? And you dropped it. Right? You dropped it. I understand you said the heavy metal, is heavy type of thing. I get that, right? But you dropped it, right? So what did you actually expect, bro? People's responses were going to be, listen, bro, you have to respond. What did he do? He did not respond. So you have to take that. You have to take that also. I'm sorry.
Protecting legacies, so lines got crossed, perhaps regrettably. My friends went to war, I walked away with all they blood on me. Now some will discredit me, try wipe away my pedigree, but please find a nigga out that's rapping this incredibly. My dog texted me, I share the words he said to me. If you refuse to shoot the gun, don't mean the gun ain't deadly. I guess in that metaphor, hypothetically, the gun is me. I texted back like, guess a gun ain't what I'm trying to be, my nigga. They
okay.
shoot me on my spot and now I'm finally free, my nigga.
Okay.
They say I'm picking.
That's freeing.
Sides, they don't you lie on me, my nigga. On my spot and now I'm finally free, my nigga. They say I'm picking sides, they don't you lie on me, my nigga. To start another war, hey Drake, you'll always be my nigga. I ain't ashamed to say you did a lot for me, my nigga. Fuck all the narratives. Tapping back into your magic pen is what's imperative. Reminding these folks why we do it. It's not for beefing, it's for speaking our thoughts, pushing ourselves, reaching the charts, reaching your minds, deep in your hearts, creeping up fine.
That's why you do it. That's why you do it. Okay? That's not hip hop, bro. I mean, it is. Don't get me wrong. It is hip hop to a certain level, right? But that's why you do it. Okay? Like, if you want the fan base, like specifically your type of fan base, bro, they wanted a response. Please don't act like these new school rappers and not give nothing to the people. Don't feed the beast. Like, he's not. How about this? No. He's not feeding the beast, and I think that's the overall problem here, but let's continue.
In our thoughts, pushing ourselves, reaching the charts, reaching your minds, deep in your hearts, creeping up, find emotions to touch, something inside to open you up, help you cope with the rough times and shit. I'm sending love cause we ain't prime and shit. My nigga, y'all niggas ain't stopping me. Yeah, y'all niggas ain't stopping me. 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 Y'all niggas
ain't. All right, J. Cole. What do I think of this? I think it's fire. It's hip hop. I think it's hip hop, right? And it's unfortunate because, like, I wanted something like this to come during a battle. Like, bro, give us something that puts your overall rapping prowess on display to the masses, right? Is it like the toxic aspect of hip hop? Yeah, it's toxic. It's in fact toxic. But I want you to understand, bro. We judge you by that, right? We judge you by that. In fact, okay? Like, do you remember the times of no Vaseline, bro, ether? Do you remember these times? You have to respond. I mean, like, what do you mean by that? Okay? I just want a response. Just like, this isn't much of a response. This is like, hey, listen, these are my thoughts throughout the whole battle, okay? I like that, right? Because we're kind of getting the inside picture. This is what artists kind of should do after they've battled. Like, if you were not going to jump into it, you should have said nothing about it. I would have preferred him to say nothing at all about it. But him being the type of artist who always looks inward, I guess, makes sense that he did this. I would also now, going forward, unfortunately, I want to hear Drake's opinion, right? Like a whole song just about the battle. Like all the things that were going on kind of behind the scenes the entire time, his current mental state during it, et cetera, and then I want to hear Kendrick do the same exact thing. That's reality. I think that is a good button on a battle, and it shows that this was all for entertainment rather than actually real, right? I'm saying that'd be a great idea, guys, but all right, for the love of hip hop, bro. I'm gonna catch you guys later. You guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. And if you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. Right? I'll be obviously don't get paid for these guys. So just hit the subscribe button. Help me out a little bit, guys. All right. Catch you guys later.